Hello everybody and welcome back to the Once More With Feeling campaign. I am Count Christo. Thank you ever so much for joining me. We are playing Black Ice. Things are going well so far. Not much has happened, admittedly. We have new modifiers. Okay, what are these? Right, Hitler Youth, as we know. Factory and dockyard output factor. Don't know what that means. Don't know where that comes from. Daily... No growth for daily opposition parties. 0.16 growth for our party. That's good. And we have bad HQ modifier because we don't have enough HQs. I'm working on it. And you can also see that modifier here. Nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, and we're working on producing stuff. Good. And we have a bunch of troops in training. Obviously, it'll take a while for these all to get trained. Oh, the Olympics are finished. Norway took the most golds. Good lord. That's insane. Is that historical? I don't know if that's historical numbering on there. Anyway, not really important. So, we could, if we wish to, train these guys. We probably want everyone to be regular, at least level 11. So they don't have that -6% modifier in combat. There's our convoy interdiction development. So it takes command power to run a focus in this mod. That's interesting, for sure. Is it for all of them? Yeah, 10% less command power when running a focus is interesting. So there'll be some strategical options about maybe not taking a focus for a while. We can ban the Liberal Party. We don't need to. They're going to all get eliminated just by natural growth of our party. Now we could change some laws, and there are some laws we want to change. For example, we want bonds. This gives us more civilian construction speed, but this gives us factory output. Okay, maybe we do keep this just for a bit. 2% dockyard output is nice, but 3% construction speed on civilian factories is good, so we'll keep this for now. But the brackets, right now we have the 19 to 30 bracket, meaning our soldiers are between age 19 and 30. We could make it more restricted. Oh, that's the least restricted? Or it's just very expensive? No, so here we go. So we could change to the 19 to 25 bracket, which is 0.5% less less recruitable population, but it gives you 2% political power growth per day. Now, 2% growth per day is not very much, admittedly. It's on a base of 2, and those are additive modifiers. So let's run the maths, shall we? 2 times 0.02 is you get 0.04 a day. So the payback time, 0.04, takes 250 days for this to pay itself off because it costs 10 to do it. 250 days, meaning after 500 days, it'll gain us a whole 10 political power. Let's do it. We only accept the finest members of the wonderful German state to be part of our army. So we get extra political power growth from that. Sweet. There are other laws we want to change. For example, I want to become not a police state because it hurts our stability. And if we go to major restrictions, it hurts our stability less. We can't have minor restrictions or civil liberties because we're fascist, sadly. On the press, having a state press gives more resistance growth, takes less consumer goods factories to do this one. I think we keep this one for the political power gain. We do want to go to average taxes, I think, because the high taxes are really hurting our stability. And all they give us is a 2% factory output bonus, but they lower the efficiency cap by 5%. That's really bad. So we're going to switch off high taxes. You need high taxes for some things, like I assume general mobilization, probably. It doesn't say it there, but there are, it warns you on this screen that having low taxes. Some laws require a certain level of taxes in order to unlock. Be careful lowering taxes too much, particularly if war is near. So war's not near, so I think we're okay. Like, is it war economy, maybe? Requires high taxes? It doesn't say what they actually require here. But I assume mobilization requires higher taxes. We have a free slot. I think I'll probably just go straight on in here. Lowering the civilian fuel use is pretty nice. But then again, yeah, I think I'm not going to do another one. Lowering it by 10% is pretty good. And this is another 15% down. If the first one was a good idea, the second one is a good idea too. Let's get the cracking instead. That's 10% more fuel. It's handy. Certainly handy. We're short chromium, I guess, because we've now started producing some of our capital ships. Yes, indeed. Deutschland class Panzerschliffer pocket battleship is coming. I think we can probably handle one chromium shortage. It's still being done later this month. Let's just not put any more factories on there. We can just tank the 5% bonus, 5% penalty rather on that. Yeah, the HIPAA. Well, the HIPAA we might want to import chromium for. But for one, I mean for one chromium. Let's see how long the HIPAA takes with just one factory assigned. So I'd really rather not spend. I'd really rather not spend a whole civilian factory just for that one ship production. Just doesn't seem worth it, does it? So the UK is dominating Dutch negotiations. I am going to compete with them on that, I think. We need them to have, for R1, we need them to have at least 25, and you have to have at least 15 more points than the German king, than the British. Okay. So, new law changes available at 100, I think. Which the one I want to change? Yeah, major restrictions. So I'm going to do this. We get 5% more political power. The only downside is that foreign subversive effects are more effective on us, and partisans are more effective on us. Partisans and foreign subversive effects are just so much not a problem. And now we've got stability at only minus 0.2 a month. And then if I lower taxes to average, our stability becomes balanced, and we're no longer losing any per month. Fantastic. That seems really good. There's the U-boat effort, giving us 2 more dockyards and 5 25% bonuses for submarine models. I will now immediately go with... Oh, we can still do the Bismarck and the Tirpitz. Nice. That causes tension, though, so we won't do that right now. When it says build battleships, I wonder if it just orders them or if it actually just spawns them. 4 battleships here seems just phenomenally valuable. Let's do that right away. We're now up to 15 dockyards, up from the 12 we started with. And these civilian factories are cheaper than vanilla, it looks like. And military factories are more expensive than vanilla. That's interesting. That's good to note. We shouldn't build all the way up to the cap in each state, because there's a limited number of mill factories that you can have per state. Oh, we're already there in the capital, so that's fine. So just the one chromium. I would like... Alright, so we've got a fair amount of fuel right now. Let's run some naval exercises then. The submarines in here, at least, are going to want to split out and go down here. We'll organize the different subs from each other, but not yet. You guys can all just go into the main force. We'll deal with, like, which ships should be in which force once we're actually, you know, much closer to war. So who's going to be the commander of our main naval task force? Preferably someone fast, someone able to retreat effectively, so not raider. This guy maybe. Higher damage is nice. Lower experience gain is not nice. Higher retreat damage chance. Sorry, retreat chance. So here, I like the idea of using Herman here. Got a whole bunch of Seawolf types. That's fun. I think we're going to use this guy because I want our force to be a kind of strike and escape kind of thing. You're going to be led by Donitz. Donitz is obviously the right choice. He's a seasoned Seawolf, so he's going to be a very good choice there. And we could even give him another trait, but for now we're going to be spending our command power on military parades. Once that gets up there, we're getting there towards having our first military parade. Should be fun. So now that we've got these guys, they can do some naval exercises that will probably use so much fuel that we actually go into a loss. Yeah, there we go. But that's okay. We'll let them do some exercises for now. Doing some patrolling in the North Sea. And in case you hadn't noticed, by the way, very cool, new sea zones. We've got the Southern Bight here. The what's it called? How do you say it? The Helgoland Bight or something? Is this area of ocean here? And there's the French Channel and the English Channel here, which is fun. Cool. Yeah, losing fuel on that's fine. Expanding the shipyard works here is going to be great. Oh, I like how it shows you the number of states and the population. That's fun. I like that. Right on this screen. It's good. And then obviously we have the same stuff here. The fact that we have the government in exile button makes me think that maybe any ideology can have governments in exile in BICE, which I like, if that's the case. There's quality control, gives us lower unit upkeep. I assume... I still don't really know what upkeep means. So what else we got here? Lack of resources penalty. Oh, that's interesting. Production efficiency cap. Oh, that's so good. Growth, also very good. Chance to get sick is very good. I remember going ahead of time on these because they're so powerful. Yeah. Well, obviously we're going to grab that 4% production efficiency cap. That's just lovely. That's extremely important. What's this button do? Oh, it shows me where my research centers are. Cool. So right now we have elite officer training, which gives a lot of different bonuses. Okay, gives 2% faster doctrine research, less supply organization, but costs consumer good factories and research speed and factory output. Ouch. We want to go to no formal training, I think, until the war is actually ready to go, probably. It's very expensive to make that switch, but that's a 3.5% consumer good, sorry, a 3.5% research swing, a 2% consumer goods swing, and a 4% factory and dockyard output swing. Yeah, it's very important. Lowering our max command power is not a big deal. So it's time. Let's do, so we can do some Air Force war games that give you 0.14 air experience for per day for 70 days. And you get a 50% chance for a new air pilot. And you get some air experience flat at the end. Okay. Or military parade, which gives political power. Well, let's do some political power first, because we've got lots of things in our government that we want to change. Does use consumer goods. Sorry, civilian factories, that is. But I think that'll be worth it. Let's do a military parade. Seems good to me. Yeah, stability is still going down, and I really don't like that. This kind of long-term stability loss is not acceptable. So lowering those taxes is going to be my next step once we get enough political power to make that happen. There's that shipyard expansion. Now, I could... Can't do over there, yeah. I think it's time for Rhineland, because the Spanish Civil War could break out any time. I do want this political power, believe me. But we're going to do the Rhineland first. It also gives political power, so, you know, it's pretty good. It's such a huge focus tree. I love it. I wonder who I'll play next. I really feel like I will do this BICE campaign and then immediately do another one. I'm really feeling... land ships! They have land ships! Be afraid, the Danish. Our cruisers are so powerful they can fly over your land. That's great. I think the next logical person to play would be the UK. Just do like a naval-focused game. That'd be really interesting. But we just did a UK campaign, so probably Soviets. Or if we wanted a challenge like France or Poland, could be interesting. Although France in BICE, my one main objection to Black Ice is there are a few cases where basically the game's just like, nope, history went this way, so it's going to go this way. Like, you can play as France, and you can do all the focuses to reform your military and to reform your government and stuff like that. And then when Germany declares, you just get like a minus 80% division organization. It's just like, nope, you lose. You lose because you're France, and France lost. Which really bugs me, because that's not how history works. That's not how simulations should work. They should be based on, you know, reacting to your actions and that kind of stuff. But, oh well, not a big deal. Poland, I don't know. Maybe Poland gets the same modifier, but I haven't noticed. So we're getting a decent amount of naval experience from our training here. It's costing us some civilian factories, of course, to do that oil. How many civilian factories would we have to use to actually stably run these naval exercises? Let's see. If we go up to... yeah, there we go. You need 5. 5 factories to get constant naval experience. That seems pretty okay to me, I think. I mean, that seems pretty valuable, but we finished our patrol. We have, look at all that lovely political power. So let's go to average taxes. Yeah. Oh, high taxes does lower consumer good factories. That's important to note. I hadn't noticed that, but still, I feel this is a worthy change because the stability is just too much. It's just too much of a penalty. Good. So now our stability has stabilized. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, now we just need one thing to give us positive stability so we can trend towards 100. Maybe banning foreign investors is something we might want to get rid of as well. Let's think about this. It does raise stability, so if we got rid of it, we would start losing stability, I think. But why isn't it showing change? I guess because the change is neutral, it just doesn't show up. Like, if we went to tolerated, that would be, we'd actually be losing stability then. What about regulated? We can't afford the stability decrease, I think, basically. But it's hurting on a lot of stuff, banning those foreign investors. We do get a lot of political power out of it, though. Yeah, and the stability. So that's probably okay. The other thing I'm going to do... Oh, yeah, this is a big one. We're going to stop having a standing army. Which is, I do think that's quite funny. You know, Hitler in 1936 introduces, you know, disbands the police state, lowers taxes, and abolishes the German standing army. But because now we're a reserve army, that's a huge swing. You get more political power. You get 4% higher factory and dockyard output. You get 2.5% higher military and civilian and dockyard construction speed. It's really important to go onto reserve army, I feel like, in the early game here. We're also going to go... We're going to become a volunteer-only army, I think. We are presumably demobilizing. We're not actually demobilizing yet. That's amazing. Yeah, we're going to become a volunteer-only army. I'm a very liberal Hitler, apparently. Because that gives us, yeah, 6% factory and dockyard output bonus. And a bunch more political power as well. 4% more political power, which is pretty nice, honestly. Still just one chromium we're short. That's fine. Good. Obviously, we're going to have to switch all these laws back, so it's costing us a lot of political power to do this stuff. But I feel like it's worth it. It's very tough to say if it's worth it. There's Rhineland. Fantastic. That gives us a bunch more resources. Not that we're really using them. And we can modify our government. Let's look at let's look at our industries. So if we go to centrally planned, that starts hurting our stability, so we can't really do that. Later on, this might be worth doing, because that raw 5% output's quite nice. If we denationalize a couple of industries, we privatize a couple of industries, we get less political power, more research, less output. I like most industries nationalized. It seems to be a good balance. Tariffs. Having high tariffs lowers our stability, gives nice output bonuses, but does hurt research, and gives some nice civilian bonuses. No, I think we keep high tariffs. They seem pretty good. That 6% factory and dockyard output is pretty sweet. What else? Exports, we actually cannot change as fascists, apparently. We can go to closed economy only when we're at war. So mobilization, I'm pretty sure we don't want to change. 25% consuming goods. Yeah, it's still worse consumer goods if you go to civilian. So yeah, I'm not interested in that. Even though it has that lovely civilian bonus, like a relative 22.5% change, I don't think that's worth changing for us. We do definitely want to go to a volunteer-only army, giving us that lovely factory output bonus. So let's do that now. Next focus is going to be... are we able to do the Goering plan? Yeah, we should probably go for the Goering 4-year now. Get that civilian... well, actually, what's this giving us? It's not much. But then this helps, I think. Yeah, you get some construction bonuses. And obviously there's lots of stuff beyond the Goering 4-year plan that helps as well. Maybe... And yeah, we were going to get this for the stability and the factory output. But maybe first we get these... Oh, there's only 7 days on these 3 dockyards? Yeah, of course. We'll do that, obviously. The death of General Weaver has died. And we have remilitarized the Rhineland. Yay! So you guys... Make sure those Dutch don't get any funny ideas. And you guys just go and pose on the French border and rub in the fact that you're flouting Versailles. You guys can come up here. It's fine. Any other unassigned divisions? I guess remilitarizing the Rhineland gives you some free garrison divisions. Free military factories, just the one. So I guess we've got those 5 working on... Division Stab. Let's get one more on coastal batteries. So we're actually producing a number a year that we could like actually use. Because they are really expensive, those divisions. Also got a bit of army experience. I'm hoping we'll be able to get some more soon in the Spanish Civil War. So MIFA Bills is going to time out, but that's okay. We'll have horrible consumer goods, but it's only for 60 days. It's really not that big a deal. If you keep it going till the war starts, you never have to worry about that, but I think that's okay. I'm going to keep demanding increased trade. And there's our 3 factories. The Arctic weather base, I think we... I mean, do we do that now? Surely that we should only do that like once we own some Arctic areas, like Finnmark, but I don't know. What's this? Gives event SS Junkerschlucken. I don't know. I think we're not going to do this because I don't know what they do. 25 army experience would let us start building some stuff. The Enigma codebooks do seem nice. Increase OKW. What? We shall rename the Operational Orders Department to ensure that someone has a direct line to the Führer. I don't know. Doesn't seem helpful to me. We're not going to ally Italy, by the way. And we're not going to do the Reichs colonial bund because it doesn't seem useful to me. Opening up state affairs just gives stability and political power. It seems like a no-brainer. Oh, we haven't done Hitler speeches yet? Okay, let's do Hitler speeches and then we'll open up political debate or whatever it's called. Open up. It's called Open Up State Affairs. That's right. And there are a bunch of speeches down here about mobilizing. So this one's going to be really useful to go to total mobilization and extensive draft and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be handy to be able to do that for free, essentially. Do we want extensive draft? Which one is extensive draft? Right. Oh, God, yeah, that's pretty bad. Maybe we don't want to do extensive drafts. Because that really penalizes you. But yeah, 4.5% recruitable pop is pretty sweet, I have to admit. Research. Lack of resources penalty honestly seems pretty lovely to get. Is there anything ending we want to follow up with another research? Like fluorescent lighting, is there one beyond that? No. Resource gain is nice. The less civilian fuel use is nice. It's not 37 yet. We've already got all this stuff unlocked. Yeah. Support units, we don't need military police. Although we should look into that, because maybe military police are actually worth getting in this mod. Combat engineer companies we will want at some point, I assume. They'll make you much better at fighting in bad terrain. Already got up-to-date stuff here. Yeah, I think I'll just get that resources penalty bonus. Let our ships produce a little faster, even if we don't use any actual chromium. So yeah, Mifo Bills is going to time out soon. These guys are training up, but obviously it's going to take a long time for these deficits to go. You know, 600 days, kind of long time. But as we get more tech, obviously, and our production efficiency rises, that's going to get a lot faster. How's our plane production going? Let's hit the speeches. He's a charismatic man capable of pulling crowds, perform his speeches at the most important events in the Reich, and raise the morale of citizens. Nice. Max volunteer force divisions does seem useful for Spain, but I'm going to do this first. Get that political power. What else do we want to change? Let's go through them one by one. We like that one. We like that one. We like that one. We like that one. It's non-optional. We like that one. That's non-optional. We like that one. That one we can't affect. Now, Warmonger, we could change. It gives a bit more political power if you change it, but the payback time is rubbish. So we're not going to bother. We're going to stay warmongers. Basic bonds, I'm conflicted, I admit. But I think for now, we'll take the civilian bonus. Reserve army is correct. Volunteer army is correct. Smallest bracket. Oh, we're not actually... Yeah, we are on the smallest bracket. Good, that's correct. Women in the workforce. You have to have more war support to actually get women encouraged. Which lowers stability, gives more recruitable pop, lower consumer goods. We probably won't do that. Labour home front. Yeah, we probably won't do these because of the production efficiency loss. Recruitment, that's only really relevant if you own foreign lands. We could go to rifle and potato doctrine, which lowers division training time, but training time is very rarely the limiting factor. I think the next thing we want to do is no formal officer training to give that production and research swing. And then we can change our investment in education if we wanted. Let's see what's the difference here. 1% slower all buildings research speed, 3% faster research speed, 2% lower factory output, 1% more consumer goods, 4% more political power. Probably not worth it, honestly. Next thing we'd probably want to do is actually, once we've got no formal training, we'll probably start working down here. Or actually, maybe I'll get an industrial concern right now. Yeah, I'm going to get Krupp industrial concern immediately. Unless maybe national fuel. Oh yeah, the stability there is pretty sweet. Increases fuel consumption from the civilian sector. I'm gonna do it. Because that weekly stability will put us up to 100. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. And now we see we've got some weekly gain. Yeah, so we're going to go up to 100 stability. And stability is so nice. Gives factory output, gives ruling party support, all that good stuff. And then after that, we'll do no formal training. And then we'll start looking at all of this stuff. Add a military academy. We'll have to look into that, but that looks like it's not relevant yet, because nothing in here is actually about production. I mean, that one hurts production, but... I mean, command power gain means more stuff like that. Rubber trade was cancelled due to lack of civilian factories. Right, the MIFO bills payments are going to take us to very, very high quantity right now, leaving us only 0 factories. Yeah, it's pretty insanely bad right now. But it's fine. The MIFO bills will go away with time, and our stability is ticking up, which will help. It's only a 60-day period where we're really going to hurt here. There's fluorescent lighting. Are we... Yes, we're 20 days off dispersed industry, so I will wait. I will be doing dispersed industry 2 ahead of time. I feel like the cost-benefit analysis in Black Ice for doing ahead of time research is much, much better than it is most of the time in vanilla. I feel like it's far more often worthwhile than it is in vanilla. What are these guys? Crabs. We've got some line destroyers. We'll have to sort out, you know, what these actually are as we go forwards. I guess crab is meant to be raiding, but we'll see. I'm letting this one fill out so that we can use it on this one. There is the Spanish Civil War. Okay. Yeah, I really wish we'd had time to do Empower Foreign Nationalists before that began. By the way, in my previous Black Ice campaign, I spent a very long time controlling volunteers that I sent to China, and I know that really annoyed people. I quite liked it. I feel like it taught me a lot about Black Ice, but I won't be doing that this time. We will be supporting Japan, which means the volunteer war in China is going to be much shorter, because with our tank support, I suspect we'll be able to help. We'll be able to help Japan win in fairly good time. So, the Spanish state, nationalist Spain. I'm going to send you some volunteers. I can send him 2 volunteers. So we will send him 2 tanks. Here they are, my man. Have air volunteers and Guderian's 2 tanks. And he accepts, of course. So how many planes will you take? 225. So you guys can get merged up, and we'll just send precisely however many it is that they are currently saying they can bear to have sent over, and we will fly them from here. Oh, there's 3 air zones here now. Okay, probably going to want to split these guys in half, but we'll have them arrive first. In fact, they can arrive here because it looks like Catalonia is where the original combat's going to take place. Volunteers are en route. Let's see what we can do over here in Spain. I will... Oh, okay. A bunch of operations. What's this? Named after... See a group of German U-boats act around the Spain against the Republican Navy and the overall command of someone in Berlin. Any identification marks will be obscured. The whole mission is to be kept secret. Cool! We get naval experience. We destroy one of their ships. Okay, what's this? Provide economic support to them. Okay. Provide industrial support. Okay, those seem the same. They get military and civilian. Okay, not really interested in those 2. Volunteers supporting the Republicans. Many of people are betraying our values to go and fight against the nationalists. We can stop them, although they are likely to cause trouble, or we can let them die in a Spanish ditch. If we select it, we lose political power and they get more popular. No, I'm just going to let 500 of our guys go to the Spanish Republicans. We'll just kill them. That's fine. Franco is stuck in Morocco with the Republican fleet blockading him and his men. What? Without him, the nationalists may falter. Use Operation Furul Zeba. You need 10 airlifting planes. We don't have those though, and there's no way I can make them in 10 days. That many days. How long do we have? 23 days. Franco, no. How long would it take us to produce these? It's this they want, right? What's the 10 Lufttransportgruppe. Okay. Lufttransportgruppe. Is that something I haven't invented? Possibly. I mean, is it this? This is not calling itself a Lufttransportgruppe. But it might mean these anyway. There's nothing else it could mean, right? These are the only transport planes. Okay, so if I were to try and build... How much do these take? Yeah, they take 97 IC. One factory. How much does each factory output? Oh, 4 military factories. 4 military factories. Oh, it's just because there's 4 knobs, right? I don't think there's... I think Franco... I think you're going to be stuck. With no help, Franco will attempt to break the naval blockade. Okay, so he won't necessarily lose. Okay, he might get across anyway. Okay, well that's good. Well, we'll just wish him luck then. We will, absolutely. Let's send over some... I'll spend command power on naval experience, absolutely. Let's do it. What's this other one? You need Condor Legion. Gives air experience. Nationalist forces have failed to take Bilbao. Our Condor Legion shall carpet bomb the town and break the Republican forces. Makes people dislike us. Does it actually give Republican... No, it doesn't give Republican... sorry, Allied anger. So that's not too much of a problem. Yeah, we can also do proper army war games if we want to. 2 people gain bad general. I guess that means basically just level up their current general trait. It's not actually going to make them worse. Okay, got dispersed industry and that. Well, first off, this is going to go immediately into dispersed industry 2. I know we're ahead of time, but I think it's worth it. In terms of tank techs, I will also invent this. I think that's going to be worth it. In terms of basic tank techs, we should perhaps start doing these for more reliability, more speed, all kinds of stuff in here. More recovery rate for light armor. Better mortar teams. It's ahead of time. Anything naval I want? There really isn't. It's kind of surprising. Oh, right, there's the torpedoes. I feel like we do want the torpedo tech pretty soon, because we're going to start building some torpedo cruisers. So let's get that. It does take a hell of a long time to research, but you want naval supply. Yeah, sure. Our planes arrived. They have indeed. So let's see what we're facing here. 28 planes. Not the worst thing in the world. You guys... My numbers have dropped, apparently. So you guys can... Oh, God, they've lost this airbase already. That's not good. Well, some of you are going to go and try and fly over there. Some of you stay right here. Giving us immediate air superiority here. You guys are going to have terrible mission efficiency over there. But I think our numbers will carry the day. Yeah, we're basically unopposed. That's pretty nice. Okay, so we'll wait on our guys arriving. There's open up straits. The zone around the Bosphorus and Dardanelles has been demilitarized by the Luswitian Treaty, which is the equivalent of Versailles, but for the Ottomans. This important region may fall into the wrong hands in its current state. It's better to let the Turks have full sovereignty there. Sure. Why not? Next focus, we will empower foreign nationalists to give us that extra volunteer division. Modify the government. Now, probably industrial concern, because there's so much industrial research to do. But also... Getting Goebbels. Oh, yeah, no, it's got to be Goebbels. Look at all that. Weekly war support, weekly fascist support, political power gain. Yeah, he's amazing. 3% consumer good factories, not so nice. But if we can crank our war support, we'll be able to get to homogenization. Oh, which we've just done anyway. Nice. Which gives some really good bonuses. So now we need to work on something to lower our consumer goods factories, ideally. Have we got anyone that could do that? This guy's pretty nice for civilian. We should get him, actually, pretty soon. Yeah. Goebbels with his pet projects is not very good because he loses you political power. So I think we're gonna get Krupp instead, and we'll get Krupp industrial concern as well. Okay, awesome. Well, that's a part. In the next episode, we will launch our volunteers into Spain. Things going not ideally for us over in Spain right now. You know, some of our men are betraying us and going to help the Republicans, and we're struggling because we don't have enough air transports. Apparently, it takes 10 planes, 10 transports to move Franco. But he's a big lad, apparently. Where did you come from? Are you another cheating infantry division? I think he is. Can't remove special templates, but why not? Anyway, you can go join the front. That's fine. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been a great pleasure. I will see you in the next episode where we will see what our tanks can do against these darn commies. Actually, they're not commies, of course, in this one. They are liberals against these darn liberals down in Spain. See you then. Bye-bye.